Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Seahawks and the Steelers, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today, it's a preseason matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, and we finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring, now into the summer, and football finally back.
And during that time off, we all cherish our vacation time. But admit it, you're the same as me. When you were working out, when you were doing things, you thought about football, didn't you? And you couldn't wait to be back up here again.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from Pittsburgh. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense making its way out, and we get a look at the player drafted to succeed Ben Roethlisberger as the franchise's quarterback. Knows a lot about the city. He's a rookie out of Pitt, Kenny Pickett.
In the 2022 NFL Draft, the worst-kept secret of all, the Pittsburgh Steelers were locked in on taking a quarterback. Everyone knew it. The question was, out of all the possible names, who would they select? In the end, they took the home team.
Here's the leading rusher amongst rookies last season, Najee Harris. On 2nd and 9, Pickett setting up the screen, Harris. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Pickett. And that is incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent. As
Seattle's offense comes onto the field, we'll see a 10-year veteran under center. Guy who broke into the league as a starter back in 2013, Geno Smith.
So this is what we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball. Run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now here's Michael Dixon. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. On the return is Peterson. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for. Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3rd and long for Pickett. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. It's a big play there for Seattle. 44 yards.
I think we already know that this guy's going to be ready when they ring the bell for week 1. That play, almost routine for him, but still, nice to know that he's still got it.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. From the 31, Smith. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw, Smith. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And the Steelers set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. To the air on 1st down with Pickett. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's another carry for Harris. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Pickett to throw on first down. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. A gain of 5. Good enough for the 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Gino on 1st down. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. On 2nd down now, McIntosh. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47. Smith now to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their 1st sack of the contest.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Pickett. Harris has it over the middle, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Here's Walker. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. First and 10, here's Pickett. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. From the gun on 3rd down, Pickett gonna let one fly for Robinson. And incomplete on the deep ball. Here's Braden Mann now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Here's Smith. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 25 yards that time. Off play action. Pickett. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. First week of the preseason, probably not the pass, the impression that the rookie wants to leave right there.
Yeah, no probably about it, because that's not what you want to do to try and impress your new coaching staff, try to impress your locker room, and most importantly, yourself. Probably spent all night last night saying, don't throw an interception early. Make sure you take care of the football. Well, now he's got it out of the way. Hopefully he can just settle in and move on.
After the interception, here's Smith. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. To throw again on second down. Smith not wasting time, going right back to DK Metcalf. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings for some reason it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200+ right now. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now it's Smith. And it's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Myers' kick is good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Washington's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a give right side. It's Warren pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Jalen Warren, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are back within a score. Second effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next. And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did, and they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
They'll run on first down. Warren. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Play action. It's Trubisky. He finds his man, complete. That's Warren. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. On the give, this is McFarland. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. On second down, it's Warren. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Trubisky now to throw on third down. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trubisky will throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Trubisky. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage, and that's exactly what he got done there.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Trubisky. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing here, Trubisky. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. From a yard out. And the Steelers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Locke now on 1st down. He finds his man complete. That's Young. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Throwing again on 2nd down. Locke throw right side, taken in by Eskridge. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. He's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Escaping. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Quincy Roche able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down.
Tried to create a little bit of that hocus-pocus with some magic, but the defense, not impressed at all. They don't lose contain on this very dangerous runner, and they get a big stop.
Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. The return is Olszewski. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're starting to put some space here. The first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. On 2nd and inches, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. On 3rd down, Warren. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Now here's Michael Dixon, standing just outside his own goal line. Olszewski now to return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go play action. Trubisky. He finds his man complete. That's Warren. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Warren. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky can't get away, and he's taken down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He's got it complete to Thompson. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. No escape from Locke, and he'll go down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the 1st down sack. Locke. And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. Now Trubisky on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day. And meanwhile, for the Steelers, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Fielded just outside the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Seahawks offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. And what's the game plan, Charles, for the 2nd half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
That really sets them back. A loss of 6. To throw again on 2nd down. Lock. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Now that's the way to start the 2nd half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Quincy Roche drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. And the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. 1st and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers at their own 26. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. He's got a man complete. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he was able to get in there and make a great play.
On first down, Trubisky. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. To throw again on second down. Trubisky. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. They got to get to the 23 here on third. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Alton Robinson picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
But this defense has to feel good because they've now brought down one of the faster quarterbacks in the game multiple times. That defensive unit, they're letting us all know they get paid too. They're no slouches themselves.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this is going to remain a 1-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Locke. No escape for Locke, and he'll go down. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. Well, there was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one good for 24 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Washington's got it. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now Trubisky. It's Miller, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 21. That gain on third down, good for 28.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
Now it's Trubisky. Looking for Austin, intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. There he goes, left side. The 30, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two. After the turnover, here's Locke. And this will be caught as they convert here for two. And they turn the pick six into a pick 8 with that two-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind.
Looking for Austin, intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now up to 14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken at the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all the way up just shy of midfield before going out of bounds at the 49.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being...
And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, you got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Locke. Fighting to stay upright. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Now Locke. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. The terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, after that last sequence, they're sitting pretty comfortably. They force the fumble, get the field goal, and expand on that lead here in the second half.
And don't expect them to rest on their laurels after that kick either. They'll keep their effort up until the final whistle. They don't consider any lead safe.
Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Yeah, as we break it down on next-gen stats, that entire play wound up taking just 2.4 seconds beginning to end, so they were on him in a hurry.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Locke gets ready to go at their own 24. Here's Locke. Buying time to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing now is Locke. That's complete to his running back, Dallas. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Locke now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. 3rd and 2. Now Trubisky, and unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Locke gets ready to go at their own 14-yard line. A run by Dallas to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. On 2nd and 9. Locke. He finds his man. Complete. That's Young. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Locke working out of the gun. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
But his linebackers just having one of those days where everything he does is working. I think you got to get a running back in there to help block, double team him, do whatever. Because right now, he's having a ball. Multiple sacks in this one, that one the quickest.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thompson. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
They should have put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Trubisky. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, it's Trubisky. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Miles Boykin, 63 yards. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. That they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it's Miles Boykin who caps it with a touchdown reception. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. From midfield, here's Locke. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Quincy Roche in there to get him again. That is sack number 6. One off the NFL record of 7.
Even keeping the back end for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. They juked him, and he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Warren. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. On second down, here's Trubisky. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. On third down, Trubisky. He finds his man, complete. That's Warren. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up fourth down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Lock now on first down. This is the tight end fan. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Lock gonna throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 44. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 40 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Dallas, an inside handoff. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Arthur Mallett. And the Steelers are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. The Steelers ready for their next possession. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. 1st and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers at their own 28-yard line. After the interception, here's Trubisky. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Trubisky, complete to Washington. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Throwing here, Trubisky. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time, multiple guys get to him.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
To throw it is Lock. Under pressure, and down he goes.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
And if we go back to the last series, remember their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helps contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe this quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage a little bit slow to get rid of the football.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. First and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers.
At their own 23. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Got an open man, it's Washington. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Trubisky dancing to his left. And he slings one that's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down. Completes it to Austin.
And he is going to have the Steelers first down as they manage to convert.
And that'll keep the drive alive. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. Stuff to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Now Trubisky to throw. Open man here is Gentry. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And this is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Trubisky to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Won't be easy here after that sack. Now you got Trubisky and the Steelers facing a 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. He'll let it fly for Austin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. There's Anthony Miller as they trot back out to go on offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky. He finds his man complete. That's Warren. Here we go. 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They go play action. Trubisky. He finds his tight end Gentry. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as
as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And I think they're defensively, they were so intent on stopping the run that they kind of got caught out of position. This is just a simple pitch and catch for a first down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Now keep in mind, no overtime in the preseason, so without getting ahead of ourselves, we'll likely see a 2-point try should they get this in the end zone. Being chased out left, and he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now it's Trubisky finding Washington, and he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now a pass hauled in downfield and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Anthony Miller, 45 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Set to go now with the kickoff. These 2 teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Here's Locke. And his throw is incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Locke. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Locke. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. Well, they have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much, tie game, but you have to think in the preseason with overtime not in the cards, maybe time to take a few chances. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Oh, and the tackle comes quickly. That's only going to get him a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. On 2nd down now, it's Warren, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So, Charles, this is a game that certainly had some intrigue, but I think you and I both agree we like the decision to not play overtime in preseason and just call it a draw.
Partner, I want to meet the person who disagrees with this decision, and I just wonder what took so long for the league to arrive at this conclusion. They put the rule in for the 2021 season, and it should have been in a long time ago. Yeah, some rookies might miss some plays, but all in all, no one's paying attention when we get to the end of a preseason game.